Ed Woodward's association back with Manchester United will be nothing to do with the football operation, and it's because Ed Woodward, like it or loathe it, has been able to leverage the Manchester United brand irrespective of their lack of success on the pitch. So I suspect he'll probably be giving counsel to Richard Arnold, who's his natural successor, I believe, about the commercial deals, the commercial partnerships, the relationships with TeamViewer, which is the shirt sponsor, and all these different people. He won't be anywhere near the football operation, because why would he be? And the fact that Manchester United still insist and persist with a policy of not seeming to get best in class, either in the dugout or outside of the dugout, gives this club, in my view, very little chance to compete with those that do.
Right. I see where you're going with it. But the fact is, the very fact, Simon, that in a consultancy role, Woodward is retained is in itself divisive amongst the Manchester United support.
But it shouldn't be, because the Manchester United...
Because they formed their own view of him.
But they formed their own view of him.
They don't associate him with success, do they?
No, they don't. But if he's coming in as a consultant, I'm not arguing for or against it. I'm just clarifying the likelihood of what it's likely to be, which is... He's not going to be giving advice on which players they acquire. He's going to be giving advice about the commercial side of the business, which undeniably has been a success because they've had no leverage off the pitch besides the deeds of the past. So he's still delivering these £250 million sponsorship deals from software companies like TeamViewer on the front of their shirts, with a background of Manchester United winning nothing for the best part of half a decade. So you've got to say, with that in mind, not one Man United fan could argue that Ed Woodward, on the commercial side of things, has done a bad job. They'll all argue that has been compromised by his inability to deliver a football outcome. And then you say...
And that's what they're interested in.
And then you say, well, hang on a second, what has he done that someone could have done better? Who have Man United bought or not bought that they've missed out on? Because they've gone for... Man United have not been short of buying players. They've just put the wrong appointments in place. Louis van Gaal, Mourinho at the wrong time.
Yeah, but the recruitment hasn't, but you couldn't call it a success.
Well, what do you... No, I think their recruitment has been poor. I think Alexis Sanchez has been diabolical. But by the way, don't forget, who wanted him then? Oh, I know, Man City. And why did he choose Man United? Because he wanted the money that Man United were going to pay. So Man City were in for Sanchez. So it could have been equally as bad a recruitment for Manchester City as it was for Manchester United. Jadon Sancho, look at the players that they have bought that people would think are players. Bruno Fernandes, is that a bad recruitment then? That bad? 58 million quid for a player? I mean, I don't know.
He's turned them around, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's hit a brick
to some
wall
extent,
at the moment.
These key figures behind the scenes, Martin, and then we started talking about him, and we'll get back to him.
I do think it's right. Yeah,
the effectiveness of somebody like him should never be overlooked.
No, and two people can come together, and you can create magic, can't you?
Very true.
They have a special feeling for one another. They know the strengths and weaknesses of each other. I think Arsene Wenger was a great man for finding the talent. And his judgment was absolutely outstanding in the first half of his career, and David Dean made those deals possible. You know, and would chase whatever way he could to get them over the line. But he had an instinct as well to follow the manager, which was the right instinct.
That's right. So it's fair to say, Simon, unlike Klopp at Liverpool, Solskjaer hasn't had all the tools in place behind him to make the job much more effective on the field of play.
But also, Solskjaer hasn't recruited the best in class to work alongside him either.
The team building for Liverpool, though, was absolutely amazing, wasn't it? The way that they put Salah and Mane into position in those wide positions. Then they concentrated on the core. Fabinho coming in, Alisson in the defence, Dijk.
Yeah, I mean Michael Edwards participated in a jigsaw that's near perfection.
Yeah, I mean, it's great when you can buy £75 million gokeepers. That doesn't require scouting.
That was the icing on the cake. It was 35 million for Mane.
Granted.
And they bought
Salah. But they nick players out of Southampton religiously.
Yeah, but it's not bad if you buy Andy Robertson for
$7 million. Nicked the right one there, though, didn't they?
And Andy Robertson is a brilliant piece of business.
Yeah.
You know, people buy people like that for £8 million. You've got to turn around and say, chapeau, that's how you do business. But it doesn't always necessarily mean that when you pay more money for players. Alisson was paid for 75 million quid for.
Yeah.
And that's not a secret. Virgil van Dijk, that wasn't a secret. So, and he chose Liverpool over Manchester United, not necessarily because of the director of football, because he wanted to work for Jurgen Klopp and he wanted to play for Liverpool. Right?
Yeah. But
so what's your point?
You could point your guns at other clubs as well. I mean, Kepa, 72 million, that hasn't exactly been a raging success.
But Chelsea, but on the other side of the argument, Chelsea have won leagues, won titles, won the Champions League. So with that in mind, which narrative do you want to advance? Chelsea's model is managers in, managers out, fire them, spending dough.
Yeah, but did Liverpool win the Champions League? Yes. Did they win the Premier League? Yes.
Yeah, and we're saying absolutely this is a great model, and it's done very well. And if you look at this, I mean, you saw the analysis I did last week about the spend per point achieved over 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Klopp decimates them. The second one behind that is Conte, and at the very top of the tree is our boy at Manchester United that spends £147 million per point or something. It's ridiculous.
The most important thing,
or £1.4 million per point.
Sorry, Klopp into the football club, there wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But as you say, Simon, chapeau to Michael, who's on the way out now of Liverpool. Haven't had a chapeau moment for a wee while, have we?
No,
I like
not
that.
on Fridays,
Enjoy
anyway.
that. We should have some sort of bell ringing after when you say that.